Your 20s, man, they can feel like a total hurricane of chaos and questionable decisions, right? But what if you could get a little cheat sheet, like a message from your future self? Well, author Mark Manson basically wrote one, and we're going to dive into the toughest but most useful truths he learned.
No, seriously, think about that for a second. What would the 40-year-old version of you say to you right now? What brutal lessons could they help you skip? That's exactly the idea we're exploring today. Because that's pretty much what Manson did. On his 40th birthday, he wrote down all the advice he wished he could give his younger self, and we've boiled it down to the absolute must-know lessons from that list. Okay, so first things first, we have to talk about the foundation. Before you can build anything that lasts, a career, a relationship, a life, you have to get things right with the person at the center of it all. Yep, you. It all starts inside. This is a huge one. If you don't respect yourself, if you treat yourself like crap, you're basically sending out a signal that attracts people who will do the same. But the moment you start valuing yourself, you set a whole new standard for how everyone else gets to treat you. And this right here, this is a choice you make every day. When you blame other people for your problems, you're literally handing them the keys to your life. You're a passenger. But when you take responsibility, even for stuff that isn't your fault, you grab the steering wheel back. It's all about taking back control. And here's the really tough pill to swallow. No one is coming to rescue you. Self-worth isn't something you just find one day. It's something you have to build, brick, by actually doing things that make you proud of yourself. So, once you've got your own house in order, you can start building healthy relationships with other people. But that old idea that love is all you need, yeah, that's a trap. It's way more complicated than that. Let's be real for a second. Ask yourself this, honestly. Would you date you? I mean, are you the kind of person you're looking for? Because you can't really expect to find someone amazing if you're not trying to be amazing yourself. See, when you pick a life partner, you're not just picking someone to go on dates with. This person becomes, well, everything. They're your co-founder in the business of your life, the person you turn to for advice, and your rock on your worst days. The stakes couldn't be higher. And what's holding all of that together? Trust. Think of it like a bank account. Every honest act is a deposit. Every lie, every broken promise, that's a huge withdrawal. And according to Manson, every single failed relationship, at its core, is just a bankruptcy of trust. This is exactly why love is not enough is so critical. Love doesn't fix problems. It's an amplifier. It takes whatever is already there and just makes it louder. If your relationship is healthy, love makes it incredible. But if it's toxic, love is like pouring gasoline on a fire. All right, let's switch gears and talk about success. Because when it comes to things like motivation and passion, most of us have the formula completely backwards. We all do this, right? We wait to feel motivated to start something, but it doesn't work that way. Action comes first. Taking one tiny step is what creates the motivation to take another. Doing the work consistently is what builds the passion. The feeling is the result, not the cause. So yeah, success isn't some lightning bolt of inspiration you have to wait for. It's the boring, unglamorous effect of just showing up, day after day, especially on the days you really don't feel like it.
Think about it. If you try something and it blows up in your face, you haven't really failed. You've just learned. You've gathered data. The only real failure is being so paralyzed by the fear of messing up that you never even start. That's the only thing that truly costs you.
And this whole idea of just showing up leads us perfectly into the next big concept, choosing the long game over those short-term instant thrills. In your 20s, you're basically standing at a fork in the road. One path is full of things that compound over time. Your health, your knowledge, deep relationships, they start slow, but the payoff is huge. The other path is full of things that give you a quick hit, but fade fast. Your future pretty much depends on which path you decide to walk down more often. And this right here, this is the secret weapon. The people who achieve amazing things aren't doing something heroic every day. Nope. They are just absolute masters of being consistent with the simple, ordinary stuff, day in and day out. Okay, maybe you're hearing all this and a little voice in your head is saying, "That's great, but I've already messed up so much. It's too late for me." If that's you, then you really need to hear this final story. So, a friend of Manson's told him this story about his grandmother.
After her husband passed away at 62 years old, she decided she was finally going to learn how to play the piano. Her family kind of thought it was cute, a little hobby to keep her busy. They figured she'd give it up after a few weeks, but she didn't. She practiced every single day. Now get this. By the time she turned 90, she had been practicing piano daily for nearly 30 years. That's a longer career than many professional musicians ever have. She became a master, not in spite of her age, but because of her unbelievable consistency. And that's the ultimate point, isn't it? The years are gonna pass by anyway. The question is never, is it too late? The only real question is, are you gonna start now or are you gonna keep putting it off? Look, it doesn't have to be some massive, life-changing thing. It can be tiny, reading one page of a book, going for a 5-minute walk. As we've just seen, those are the little things that compound into an extraordinary life. So the only question left is, what tiny thing will you start today?